All right. Hi, I'm Breck Allen, and I'm going to try to kind of go through a song that I find to be pretty difficult from a kind of an ear perspective for me. It's just not intuitive, and it's just so beautifully amazing. But I'm going to show you kind of more how to maybe learn something like this and teach yourself something like this and use it during your warm-ups, for a week or two while you're working something out. That's how I like to practice. This is that if you sing a lot, well, you should be warming up a lot. And if you're smart about that, then you should be using your warm up as a practice session of all different varieties. And this is a good one. So this song is hard. If you're here, it's probably because you like it from the title, the description of the title. Radiohead Exit music. I'm going to do it one whole step down, and part of that is should be a little easier for women. They're probably going to be singing it on top, and then when you go to the chorus, you're probably going to flip it. Well, what they're calling the chorus. This is a hard song on every possible level to me. Even the form. I would kind of do more of A, B, C, D thing on this. So like A for the verse, B section for this thing that my chart's calling a chorus, which isn't good. The breathe, keep breathing section. It's very chorusy to me. It's lovely, as every part of the song is. Then back to an A, and then I would call what they're calling a bridge here, the you can laugh, spineless laugh. I would call that a C section, and then the outro, a D or an outro. So probably something like that. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it a verse, chorus, bridge if you like. Point being, that's what we're doing. This isn't going to be super tactical, and yet it might be. If here's the deal. Rather than finding a tonal center on this and saying, well, let's notate this, which would be certainly easy, and not that there wouldn't be a way to do that with what I'm about to talk about. What I'm about to just start showing you, if you don't already do this sort of thing, is just kind of plucking out melodies around the chords. At least, and maybe give yourself a reference if it's especially a hard one. This song has the hardest section in this song is what they call the bridge here. And that is the you can laugh, a spineless laugh. The hardest to me anyway. What they call the chorus, the breathe, keep breathing, is also kind of difficult, but the other section's harder to me. So what I've done is I've just kind of plucked out the melody against the chords up to a degree. I haven't done all the notes, but you might see this, maybe not. For the bridge, you can see that when I do like A minor and then 3, 3, 5, and then goes to the B chord, 3, goes to an E chord, 5, R is a root, goes to an F chord, 6, 5, 5, 3, 5, goes to a B flat, 3, 5, goes to E sus, root, major third, then goes to regular E, major, flat 7, root. Normally I wouldn't even write it out on some of these, I just could remember them. That section is hard to me. Might not be hard to you, that would be great. I've had students it's really not that hard to. In my brain, this isn't super intuitive with this song. It just doesn't fall into place. So I had to kind of notate it like that to try to remember how to learn the song. And that's what I like, to find things maybe that aren't that easy. And they take you a little time. It'll make you better. So the verses, A minor, E, is C over G. Not going to go into all that. There's other forums for that. This D that's really a D sus2. They're calling it a D add 9. It's really a D sus2 over F sharp. Oh man, said I wasn't gonna. Yeah, I can see why they're calling it a 9, because the F sharp is the third, and so you can't have a sus2 and a third. So there you go. They're calling out the third on the bottom, and so it is an add 9. I get it now. Okay. That doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. And versions of all those chords again. It's around the fifth of this first chord. Wake from your sleep, drying of your tears. The drying of your tears. Not quite the melody, but that's the contour of it. Fifth to the fourth of that first chord. So wake from your sleep, the drying of your tears. Today we escape, we escape. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-dee-da-dum, ba-dum. Which makes sense because you got this C. It should be a C. It's a C over G, but it was a... So it's really those kind of 5 notes. That's the gist of the verse. Going fast here. That's the gist. As you go in and you kind of you know, if you're a really smoking player and then you don't need this, and you know you play leads, then you're gonna be playing that in your sleep. But for a lot of us singer-songwriter types, you know, the tools to kind of just at least get over to the truth is very helpful, and it's going to be, if you're doing it around the chord, isn't bad, because what I do a lot in the warm-up then, I'm going to go ahead and move on into that before I move ahead to the next section, would be to take something like this. If I'm working that verse out, well, why not live on that verse for a minute? Wake from your sleep, the drying of your tears. Today we escape, we escape. Next section is pretty much the same. Before I move on, this is the kind of thing you could literally, if it's something that's kind of hard, just do the verse. Just do the verse for that day or the 2 days or a week. Why not? Move it up. Start warming up on this. There's a lot of more things we could add to this, but listen. Wake from your sleep, drying of your tears. Today, escape, escape. See how that works now? Because I did that. Now I'm in my new spot. It's still the same in relationship to where I am right now. Boom. Wake from your sleep, the drying of your tears. Today we escape, we escape. I'm not really worrying about my tone matching anything, matching Tom York or anything else right now. I'm just kind of, where am I right now? So without getting crazy about that, if you've looked at some of the art of body singing techniques, and if you haven't, I encourage it, because I break the techniques down into ways that you can flip through a tour of vocal technique as you're warming up. So as I'm starting out loose and working through my range a little bit, so wake from your sleep, the drying of your tears. Today we escape, we escape. And as I get warmer, as most of you know with me, I like to go over to more vibrant lands as you get warmer, as you get loose. And vibrant means understanding what I call the ratios, which is the tone airy, is it not airy? And we want them all. But understanding how to get over from I to I. And it sounds brighter now because there's no air going by, so nothing masking it or veiling it, as they used to say in classical music. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Even with a non-airy tone, I can do anything I want with this if I understand how to move around my tone. I really move this anywhere I want it if I understand how to move around, which we're going to cover in other subjects. Point being, or another instructional, whether it be on YouTube or I've got about 1 million instructional products on bodysinging.com. Point being is you take a tour of these things as you're warming up. You move around your voice. Getting over to the vibrant land. Said, wake from your sleep, the drying of your tears. Today not that easy to hold on to something like that and make it sound good and make it not sound, wake from your sleep, the drying of, not to sound hard and too dry and too square, you know? It's not that easy. It takes some work. It's the warm-up, okay? So that's that process. Going back to this kind of whole step down from the original key. Next section. I've seen different people have different ideas about this chord. On the chart I have, it's called a G minor add 11, and this is why. What are the elements of this chord? Root, flat 7, so it'd be a G7, root up top, and now this guy, if I didn't do that, it'd just be a version, if I kind of got out of my own way on this, of a G, just a G7. But there's a 4 there. So why isn't this a G sus4? Because the melody sings a minor. I told you this was kind of a tricky song. The melody's singing breathe, keep breathing. You gotta love that. So breathe, keep breathing. Which goes to changes chords there. D7 over F sharp. Thumb over here. Again, this isn't a guitar lesson, but I am talking about some of this stuff because this is a tricky song. This is not an easy song. If for some reason none of this makes sense, then whatever. Sing along with this. Do it a cappella. Do some of the other techniques we're talking about. Move through the keys as we do them. Do where you are right now. That's the key. Do things where you are. And always start from an easy spot. No pain is gain, but you do have to raise the bar to get better, and you do have to understand how to do that progressively. Anyway, okay. So breathe. You know, be easier with a band playing, because guitar player, most of this song kind of comes out of this 2-beat thing, and it's hard not to make that too folky, and it's such a weird chord to do it over, but that's kind of the choice I have at the moment. So breathe, keep breathing. The timing of the next stuff is so weird. Don't lose your nerve. You know, guitar players, whatever, other musicians be like, no, it's this or it's that, fine, you work it out. There's a lot of extra beats in this. There's really a lot of interesting little curves if I were going to write this out and notate it, which I'm not. For me, the song, I just would get a feel on it and I would do it my own way. But, point being, that next part of that melody, don't lose your nerve, right off the 5th of that first chord, the A sus2, the A minor, the A sus4, just a variation on it, a lot of A's. And the melody's mostly just off the 5th. Don't lose your nerve. Up to a +5. So it's just a little chromatic thing there. I like it. If you want to get really picky, I think he comes in early. Don't lose your nerve. That's lovely. Does it again. Breathe, keep breathing. So breathe, keep breathing. I can't do this alone. Yeah, the timing on that is pretty wackadoodle. I'm with my capo, no big deal. I usually use shubs, but on this guitar I usually use Kaisers a lot. On this guitar I like shubs. The intonation's a little better. Okay. Next verse, second verse, just like the first. That's the song. All right. I digress. If you've got that and you're working that out, which is wonky, right? Well, you could do this. And again, Probably women on this section, you're going to be actually more up here to begin with, where that lives, and then you can move that from there. Okay, this is going to be funky. So, just saying. Just giving you guys an idea how to work this. This is a hard section. I mean, you could sing this as your warm-up. This could be your warm-up. Breathe, breathe, keep breathing. So what I'm doing there is this, if this is the root of whatever that kind of G is, just working that minor third, second, root, second, root major 7. Just funky. He's singing a major 7. Well, he is going to another chord there. So I was going to say, because he's playing a flat 7. I know. This is not... Oh, don't worry about it. Work from where you are. Okay, so that could be your warm-up. Breathe. Keep breathing. And for me, I need this to be for a week or two, just because the timing of that next... your nerve. It's just so weird to me. So I need to work that out. Breathe, breathe, etc. Breathe. So I could spend a week on that, and I need to, clearly. Next verse like the first. And then we get to what I consider the hardest part of this song. It's what they call the bridge in here. And here's, again, a little transcript for it that I personally need, because this section is very hard for my brain. It's this octave of the third on the bottom to the third up on top of this A minor. And you to the fifth. And laugh to what would be the third of the next chord, which is the B. So there you go. And you can laugh. So it stays there. A spine to the fifth of the next chord, the E. A spine, less to the root. Spine less to the root of that next chord, which is the E. Spine less to the 6/5 of the F. Laugh, laugh. 5/3, we hope. 5/3/5, we hope you're to the major third of the B flat. Rules to the fifth of the B flat and to the root of the E sus4. Whiz to the major third of the E sus4. Wisdom to the flat 7 and root on top. Choke you, to choke you, I. And this is, again, man, if I'm not warm for this, it's telling me I'm not warm for it yet. First order of business. To choke you, I. Till I can get over to where I can really sing that. Which I keep threatening to do. A spineless laugh. We hope your rules and wisdom to choke you, and now we are one in everlasting peace, and we hope that you choke, that you choke. We hope that you choke, that you choke. And yeah, I'm doing it a whole step down. And I'd warm up and do it in the key all the way to there, and maybe even past it. And maybe I'd have to go into head voice and do all kinds of things, but I would really stretch this, and I would warm up on this stuff. And now that we are one in everlasting peace. It's kind of hard. We hope that you choke. That you choke. I'd prefer to be standing for this. This guitar doesn't have a strap, or I would be. And it's an E, which isn't chopped liver to me. And now that we are one, everlasting peace, and we hope. Now, could that be easier? Now Said, we are one. That's where you should start, although it'd be warm enough to even be doing that. If in the morning I have a cold voice, I'm not super warm yet, but I'm warm enough for it. Said, now, said, we are one in everlasting peace. And we hope, even though I'm touching that, you can see it's costing me some energy to even be in there. You've got to fire into that. If I don't, now we are one. Even that's energetic. But now we are one. That's the most economical thing I can probably do right now. Now we are one in everlasting peace. And I could work my way over to some other stuff. I said now, said we are one. It's hard to do that like in a held way. You've got to let yourself be warm enough to kind of fire into this stuff. Said now, said we are one in everlasting peace, and we hope that you choke, that you choke. Yeah, we hope that you choke, that you choke. I like at the end, you choke. Kind of lets that get seething. We hope that you choke, that you choke. Because singing is acting. What's the mood? What's the vibe? What's the attitude of that tone? Tone by attitude. Subject, I have in the art of body singing. Shameless plug. Whew, that's a hard song. If you like this, subscribe. Like it, thumbs up. Hope to see you soon. Check out the website, bodysinging.com. Lots of cool things on the site. A lot of great content. Lots of cool products to get better and have fun. Thank you.